Just a little north of Goliad is the town of Gonzales. At the historical memorial, you will find the museum, a nice amphitheater, and of course, the most famous artifact in Gonzales, Come and Take It cannon. Now residing at Gonzales Memorial Museum, it was given to the settlers at Gonzales by the Mexican government in 1831 as protection against Native American attacks. After several years of unrest and a final open break with Mexico, the Mexican government demanded the return of the little cannon and sent a corporal and 5 soldiers with an ox cart to retrieve the weapon. The settlers refused to give up the cannon and then buried it in the peach orchard of George W. Davis. Authorities in San Antonio then sent Lieutenant Castaneda and 100 mountain soldiers to take the tiny weapon. When soldiers arrived on the banks of the Guadalupe River near Gonzales on September 29, 1835, the 18 men remaining in Gonzales had hidden the ferry, thus preventing the soldiers from crossing the rain-swollen river. Later the cannon was dug up, and on the morning of October 2, 1835, a force of Texans with the cannon confronted the Mexican forces on the Guadalupe River near the present-day Coast Community, also referred to as the Lexington of Texas, approximately 6 miles upriver from Gonzales. Over the little cannon waved a white flag emblazoned with a black cannon, a star, and the words, "Come and take it." When the Texans fired the cannon and the first shot of Texas independence, the Mexican troops broke and ran. Thus was the little cannon's big role in the Texans' fight for freedom. The 18 men responsible for taking care of this cannon is known as the Old 18 at Gonzales. These 18 men constituted the Texian only line of defense in this hour of destiny. By advising with Alcalde Andrew Ponton, the 18 delayed for 2 days 150 Mexican dragoons sent by their government to demand the Gonzales cannon. It was the strategy of these men that allowed time for colonists to mass volunteers that drove back the enemy in the Battle of Gonzales. At this battle was given to the world a new battle flag and a new war cry, "Come and take it," and was started the successful Texian Revolution against the Mexican government. The names of the Old 18 are Captain Albert Martin, Jacob C. Darst, Winslow Turner, W.M. Arrington, Gravis Fulcher, George W. Davis, John Sowell, Benjamin Fuqua, Thomas Jackson, James B. Hines, Thomas R. Miller, Valentine Bennett, Ezekiel Williams, Simeon Bateman, Joseph D. Clements, Almaron Dickinson, Charles Mason, Alman Cottle. The memorial was erected by the state of Texas in 1936. It's very interesting to me that a memorial museum would also house an amphitheater. Not a usual combination, at least in my travels. But this amphitheater could definitely hold a nice crowd for a nice local play or local music act, but you will have to bring your own theatrical equipment. The commission created by the Texas legislature in 1935 to oversee Texas Centennial joined with the Public Works Administration to build a memorial to Texas Revolution events in Gonzales. The memorial includes a museum, amphitheater, and reflecting pool designed by acclaimed architects Phillips and DeWeese. There is also a monument by Page and Sutherland of Austin. The Art Deco Museum is built of shellstone, limestone, and concrete. It features a rotunda, an ornate detailing at the entryway, and in a band below the parapet. It is dedicated in 1937 with the crowd including Governor James V. Alfred. The reflecting pool is what populates the sidewalk leading up to the main entrance. But before the main entrance, there is another memorial of note. The Immortal 32. William Barrett Travis at the Alamo sent out a passionate plea for aid. 32 men, including boys, were the only unit of Texian militia to answer the call. These 32 men from Gonzales saddled up with haste to go to the Alamo. One of the 16-year-olds, William Philip King, convinced his father to stay with the family and that he would go in his place. The Immortal 32 from Gonzales was under the leadership of George Kimball, and they were hopefully to meet up with Colonel Fannin from Goliad. Nevertheless, the 32 men and boys left Gonzales. They rode day and night, approaching San Antonio on February 29th. It wasn't until the middle of the night at 3 a.m. on March 1st when they were able to fight and slip by the large Mexican army, not losing any one of the 32. Upon the arrival inside the Alamo walls, everyone's morale was raised and a sense of relief was felt by their brothers in arms. All 32 of these men fought and died within the Alamo walls, and they are forever immortalized at this memorial in Gonzales. The names of the Immortal 32 are Captain Albert Martin, Isaac Baker, John Kane, George W. Cottle, David P. Cummings, Squire Damon, Jacob C. Darst, John Davis, William Deardruff, Charles Despalier, William Fishbaugh, John Flanders, Dolphin Ward Floyd, Gava Fuqua, John E. Garvin, John E. Gaston, James George, Thomas Jackson, Johnny Kellogg, Andrew Kent, George C. Kimball, John G. Kane, William P. King, Jonathan L. Lindy, Thomas R. Miller, Jesse McCoy, Isaac Millsaps, George Nigan, E. Summers, George W. Tomlinson, Robert White, and Claiborne Wright. Other men who hail from Gonzales who fell at the Alamo include Daniel Byrne, George Brown, Jerry C. Day, Almarion Dickinson, Andrew DeVault, John Harris, J. Lightfoot, Marcus L. Sewell, Amos Pollard. Survivors of the Alamo Massacre include Mrs. Almaron Dickerson and baby daughter of Gonzales. Mrs. Almaron Dickerson is believed to be Susanna Dickerson and baby daughter Angelina. Baby Angelina was believed to have received a ring from Commander William Barrett Travis before the final battle of the Alamo. The amazingly brave stories of the people of Gonzales have never ceased to amaze me.